Ba 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 bird, bird, bird. Ba ba bird is the word. Ba 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 bird, bird, bird. Ba ba bird is the word. Ba 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 bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Ba 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 bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Ba ba bird.
We have a lot of chickens on our farm, obviously, because Henry used to be a zookeeper at the Berlin Zoo, and he took care of the rhinos, and so he traded the volume and the mass of rhino in for chicken. So that's why we have so many chickens. Anyway, the chickens do a lot of good for us on the farm. They are mobile poopers, which is really great.
And every bucket of chicken food I carry to the chickens, I consider being fertilizer for the field. So I am bringing in a bucket full of chicken food, and the chicken is going to eat it, processing it, and then it's going to poop it out, and that's fertilizer for my crop next year. So, and I get a chicken out of it, so it's kind of cool. And now it's really big drops really.
So we're moving our chicken flocks around so that every year they're on a different part of the farm, so they can control the weeds and the insects there and poop everywhere and scratch it all up, and then move along nicely to the next area. So this was chickens last year, cropping this year. Chickens are over there this year, we'll grow plants there next year. It's just a checkerboard of symbiotic use of our farm.
Ba 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 bird, bird, bird. Ba ba bird is the word. Ba 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 bird, bird, bird. Ba ba bird is the word. Ba ba bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Ba 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 bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Ba ba bird.
We have heritage turkeys. Those here in the background, they're bourbon red. And we have the commercial white turkeys that are essentially a product of the industry. After the World War II, the industry wanted to have turkeys or meat production, and there was industrial production. So they made butchering facilities, and they invented or thought about methods to grow the most meat with the least effort. I think they're about 3 months old now. I had them from like when they were 3 days old, and I kept feeding them, and whenever I came along feeding them, I talked to them so they know my voice, and whenever I now say something, they come running and check me out. And expect, of course, food or goodies. Yeah, my little kid. And turkeys, I think turkey mamas lead their chicks around so that the chicks actually observe what the mama is eating, and therefore all these guys are always coming to check out what I'm doing. I was picking mint one day, and they were starting to eat the mint patch, which is quite odd for them, but they're still doing it because I did it. So we buy them from the industry, let's say, but we're raising them as good as we can. They're those commercial meat birds that are, it's not a heritage project, so even if you kept them, they wouldn't naturally reproduce anymore. They are not able to do that. They're too fat and too big and too unstable on their legs. So artificial insemination in birds, who has heard about that? But it's true in the broiler turkeys and broiler chickens as well. The heritage turkeys are about maybe 20 pounds heavy when they're all grown up, and they take about 28 to 30 weeks to grow that big. And the industrial turkeys, it takes them only 20 weeks to maybe weigh as much as 35 pounds. Which by then they have so many problems with their feet and with their whole organism is not really laid out to support all that. So they're developing diseases and problems that is not good, I think. So we like the heritage.
Totally does. You're right.
He's growing new feathers right now too.
So the nice thing about the white industrial style chickens and turkeys, it's really easy for someone to pick some up at the feed store in their town and grow them in their backyard, or to get them from a turkey or poultry supplier in the mail, because they're less expensive than the heritage ones. So if you lose a few because they're very finicky and die really easy. It's not $15 a chick that you just lost, it's only $5 a chick. And they're easy for someone to raise in their backyard, and they grow really well, they perform well, it's a sure bet, whereas the heritage ones take a little bit more effort, but the return is better because you end up with the flock that can reproduce on its own. So to start out, you know, maybe you get a couple of those white ones and you end up with an awesome Christmas dinner, and then the next year you know what you're doing a little bit better, so you get the more expensive chicks that then you can hold on to longer.
We decided to mainly produce meat out of birds because as you can read in smart books that out of 2 pounds of grain you can produce 1 pound of bird meat. And in mammals, in pigs and cows for instance, you would probably need more like 7 pounds of grain to 1 pound of meat. Which birds are way more efficient in that department, and I think they taste good as well.
So if you want meat from us, then you buy our live chicken, and then you own the live chicken and we do you the special favor of butchering it.
And we can process 10,000 chickens that way a year in Montana.
Which would be crazy. We would never do that. We'll do like 300. So this is the Featherman Pro chicken feather plucker. So we take our chickens, and after they've been their throats slit and bled out, and then cut their feet off, dunk them in hot water and cut their feet off, then we stick them in here, and this spins and shoots water at them, and in about 30 seconds it can pluck 4 chickens totally clean of feathers.
I know, it does.
And then from there we take them over to our homemade evisceration station and pull the guts out. So we can process a chicken in probably 15 minutes from taking it out of the box to putting it in the bath of cold water. And I was a vegetarian for a really long time, and now I'm probably the fastest eviscerator you've ever met.
Yeah. We're gonna give you a badge. I like that. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Bird, bird, bird.
And now here it is, your moment of hen.
They present the side of their tail to you somehow. So sideways they're bragging, and then they turn around and sideways bragging. It's kind of funny to see them.
And can you, I think that
Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. Bird, bird, bird.